guys, so today we are, hold on, let me get situated. There we go. So today we are going to be talking about 5 different things, 5 weird things that nobody tells you about college. I did a lot of research on this, not just like on Pinterest and like different blog posts, but like also myself, like when I was walking around campus, I just tried to look for some of the weird things that you don't see like in a normal community. So I was able to come up with 5 things that I don't know that you don't see in real life, I guess. Anyway, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing is not being around people who aren't your age. Like, when you're eating at Chili's on campus, like, if you just look around, it's all people between the ages of like 18 and 30. There's no older people, there's no babies, there's no kids. It's all college age students. And if you were to go out anywhere else, it would be weird if the only people that are eating were the same age as you. And I don't know why I never noticed that before, but once I did notice it, it's like, geez, this is weird. Like, the only people on a college campus are usually students. So it's just odd not being around people who aren't your age, and it kind of like gives you this weird like distance from real life, I guess, because you're always in school mode no matter what. So I thought that was kind of weird, definitely, not being around people who aren't college age on a normal basis. Okay, so the second one is living so like tightly packed together. I live in a dorm, if you guys don't already know that, and I think it's just so weird how they have us all packed in. There are people living beside me and underneath me and across from me in 2 different rooms. We don't have anybody to the right of us, and we don't have anybody above us, but that's just because we're on the very end. But yeah, it's really weird. I guess it's like the equivalent of living in a hotel is the only thing I can come up with, because it's even more tightly packed than an apartment. They have so many of us like packed into teeny tiny rooms, and then packed into buildings, and then packed into one campus. There's just so many people living there so compactly. I don't know, I thought that was weird. Like, it's not like any kind of community outside college, I guess, like where there's houses and apartments and people can live with their family or whatever. It's just 2 people per room in dorms. I just thought that was weird, I guess. So okay, so the third thing I could come up with was like the different sleep patterns. I know that you guys have heard a lot about like college kids not ever getting any sleep, but it's not that we don't sleep, it's that we just sleep at really random times. Most of the time we all just nap, so there's not any given time where everybody's asleep or everybody's awake. So it just like, I don't know, it goes hand in hand with like the living so tightly packed together. You have to be really considerate of the hours that you're asleep and the hours that you're awake, because they may not be the same as the person who's living beside of you who blares music when you're trying to take a nap. So in like the real world, I guess, most people go to bed at night and wake up in the morning, and that's just not the case in college. It varies so widely from person to person, so I thought that was a little weird too. Okay, so the 4th one is, signing up for classes or dorms is pretty much like the Hunger Games. Like, if you guys have ever seen that, it's the closest thing I can come up with. Like, never in the real world, I keep saying real world with like quotation marks because I know like obviously we're alive, but you get in this zone in college and it's like you're totally distanced from humanity, it feels like. So there's this like weird stress about signing up for classes and signing up for dorm rooms, and that never really happens I guess outside of college, you might have something similar, like trying to get an apartment or bidding on a house. I guess that would be kind of similar. But never on like a semesterly basis are you going to be trying to find somewhere to live and trying to get your classes together. It's so weird how we get so stressed out about things that aren't even going to matter when we get out. So, okay, and the fifth one, this is just kind of a really thrown together list. So the fifth one is actually going any number of days without real food. I know personally, I mean, Western's campus has a pretty good assortment of food. We have like Panda Express and Moe's and the Comfort Corner. And of course we have like Calf's. We have Steak and Shake and Starbucks and Chick-fil-A and Moe's. I already said Moe's. Anyway, we have a pretty good selection, but I feel like there are some days that you just need like legitimate, like your mom's cooking. And I can't tell you how many days I've gone eating like heat up in the microwave food. And that's just, I mean, maybe that's normal for some people, but I feel like outside of college, that's weird. Because most people cook or go out to eat. And the only thing that I really do is heat up meals in the microwave, or I guess you could consider it going out to eat, but not when you eat the same thing over and over and over and over, because there's not that many options. So I guess that's weird. It's something that people that aren't in college don't do. They don't eat the same food every single day. Like you guys have seen in my vlogs, I eat pizza all the time because that's one thing that I know that I like on campus, and I don't have to worry about, if I don't like it, going to find something else to eat. So that's a really weird thing about college, I think, is just the eating habits that you get into. So yeah, that was my fifth one. Alright guys, so that is a really weird mashup of 5 weird things that nobody tells you about college. There's plenty of other weird things that nobody tells you about college, but some of those you just kind of have to figure out once you get here. So yeah, I think that is going to wrap up this video. Should be a short one because there was only 5 things. But if you guys have any other questions about weird things in college, don't hesitate to ask me. You can find me on Instagram and Snapchat, and I'll put my social media stuff down below, so check that out. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos about college, and I will see you guys later.